As you hear these words, you may begin to notice something shifting. A sensation, a knowing, a recognition that something has always been there, waiting, just beneath the surface. Because the mind already understands, in ways deeper than words, how genius unfolds, how creativity emerges, how effortless it is to see what others don't yet see. Because that's the difference, isn't it? Between looking and seeing, between dreaming and creating, between wondering and knowing. As you allow yourself to simply absorb these ideas now, without effort, without resistance, something inside begins to open, expand, unlock. Genius doesn't force, it flows. And as it flows, it weaves two layers of perception, moving between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown, until suddenly it just makes sense. Like Disney, who knew before the world could see the dream, it had to be real inside, lived, felt, touched in the mind. Because only when the dream is whole, complete, vivid, can it move into reality effortlessly. And Leonardo, who understood, true vision is not just what's before the eyes, but what's beneath, beyond, within. Seeing means noticing what's always been there, invisible to those who are only looking. A tree is not a tree, a chair is not a chair, a face is not a face. There are ideas, structures, principles, waiting to be transformed, reimagined, reconstructed. Tesla, who felt the pulse of invention so deeply, he could step into his creations before they existed, walking around them, feeling their weight, their movement, their flow, because reality doesn't begin out there, it begins in here, within the mind, within the process of creation. And in this moment, that same process awakens inside you now. Because creativity is not something you do, it's something you are. It's always been there. The part of you that thinks in patterns, in possibilities, in limitless expansion. The part of you that understands even now, even deeper than before, that every limitation is just an idea waiting to be rewritten. Failures. What are failures? A mind like Edison never saw failures, only steps, bridges, experiments, pieces of the puzzle assembling themselves in time, because what doesn't fit today, what seems out of place, might simply be waiting for its moment. And so nothing is wasted, nothing is lost. Everything is fueled for something greater. And as this understanding integrates itself now, it moves effortlessly in the way you think, the way you see, the way you create, because you're not just learning this, you're becoming it. And that makes all the difference. See the patterns, see the connections. See what's always been there, but never before been noticed. Because the mind can do that. The mind can shift. The mind can reframe, transform and expand. Like Holmes, who knew, observation is more than sight, it's an awareness. When you see differently, you understand differently. When you understand differently, everything changes. Because genius is not something you're born with. It's something you allow, something you step into, something that's always been there, waiting for you to notice it. And now, as you continue listening, as these words wrap around your thoughts like a warm current, like a guiding wind, like an invitation to step into a greater, richer way of thinking, it becomes obvious. This is who you are. The patterns, the strategies, the deep structures of creativity, innovation, mastery, they're already inside you, already running, already shifting, already creating new pathways. As you breathe, as you move, as you simply continue through this moment, something powerful solidifies, locks in, becomes real. You think differently now, and because you think differently, the world reacts differently. The impossible seems possible. The unseen becomes clear. The ideas flow effortlessly, naturally, in ways that surprise even you. Because genius, it's not something you chase, it's something you embody. And now,